Good morning. Welcome to the Knowledge You Seek podcast, BYOCT. Bring your own conspiracy theory. I am the host for this episode, Aldo, followed by the boys. Hello, boys.
Hello, we are the boys.
Hello.
I'm a boy.
We're not to be confused with the boys as in the show.
There's a good show, but we're not them.
We're not those boys.
I gotta watch that. I feel
We
like
tried, but we're just not them.
Cody, did you
Maybe
ever finish
watch that.
Invincible?
I actually most certainly did finish Invincible. It took a while, but I actually did it.
That's good.
Crazy ending. Looking forward to the.
you're gonna raise your child in the format of how that show went, right?
You know what? I mean, I don't see what he did wrong, so yeah, I think we're gonna do it.
What's 17 months? Always have another kid.
All right. So, hello out there, any fans who are currently joining us live. Feel free to message in the chat. Say hello, greetings, anything. Good morning. Say good morning. It's morning somewhere in the world. All right. So let's get into some member updates. We have been on a hiatus for a while, boys.
Yes, we have.
Been a little bit.
2 months, BJ. That's the longest we've had so far.
It's been a little bit. It's just
That's
a little bit of a break.
It's the longest we've had.
It's a little bit, dude.
Definitely a willing break, not just people getting very fucking busy with lives.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely not that at all, but we're back, and I would like to say we're better than ever, but probably not.
Nah, probably.
Probably
Not.
just the same amount.
We're back, but we could be at our lowest point yet.
We're like we're medium right now.
Yeah, we're medium rare.
Extra medium.
I have no idea what we're talking about right
We're a schmedium right now.
Medially medium.
Immediately medium.
Extra medium.
Don't you agree, Chase?
No.
No.
Where do we stand on the medium chart?
Are you
Uh,
generally feeling
extra
this area about here, Chase? The silence tells me he's more down here.
The less medium.
Mhm.
Yes. Anything else that has happened in our lives, boys? Anything interesting? Anything not interesting, but you just want to share because this is somewhat therapy?
Started a new job. Actually got out there and been working. So
Nice.
I got a weird shift, 2 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. That's a bitch, but I'm surviving, so it is what it is.
Wait, so then have you pretty much just recently gotten up, or?
Yeah, no, I literally I come home and I just crash right away, and then I get up when my wife gets home from work so that we can eat dinner, watch some television, and usually what happens is she'll head off to bed, and then I'll go watch TV, or I'll like lay down on the couch and maybe take a quick nap before I go to work. That's usually my routine lately.
So is like your dinner now your breakfast?
No, dinner's dinner. When I get home, I have breakfast.
Mm.
It's called Brenner, by the way. Get it right.
Oh my apologies. My apple juice.
Brenner. Is that like brunch, but like...
But dinner, it's breakfast for dinner. You
Wow.
haven't lived until you had a stack of flapjacks for dinner.
Dude, Denny's always hits different when it's later at night.
Dude, right? Thank you. I honestly, I never want to go to Denny's, but if I'm on the road and it's like, dude, it's like 1 a.m, fuck it. I'm getting pancakes at Denny's. Let's go.
You guys just want to talk about Denny's for the rest of the podcast?
Yeah, we
No,
can talk about
Welcome to the
Denny's.
Denny's podcast.
This is welcome to the Denny's You Seek podcast.
The Denny's you seek.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to get at Denny's?
Ooh. Is
It
it
used
called
to
the
be
Grand
the-
Slam?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Grand Slam.
yeah,
Okay.
they honestly they used to have this grilled cheese sandwich that had mozzarella sticks stuffed in it. Oh my fucking God.
What?
I don't think they do it anymore, but they used to.
Dude.
It was a grilled cheese, and they had mozzarella sticks stuffed in there, and it was so good.
Oh
My
my
wife
God.
showed
I
me.
want that right now.
I know, but I don't.
You
see
know
it.
what? I might just make that homemade.
Dude, no, I've done it before. It's really good. Go
Oh
for
my
it.
God.
The key though the one thing that just is weird that I fucked up on. I did a grilled cheese and I used sharp cheddar with the mozzarella sticks. That
Uh-huh.
wasn't good. Don't do that. The sharp cheddar really goes against the mozzarella. So maybe do like an American cheese or a sliced mozzarella as well. You know,
Want
do that.
like a meatball marinara type thing, but like wrapped in like a mozzarella stick breading and
Oh,
with
that's
mozzarella
fucking
cheese around it.
that, dude. I think we can do that.
That sounds fucking awesome right now.
It does, right? It does.
Welcome to the Food You Seek podcast.
Oh, there it is.
You found it.
Whoa.
That
They do
This
exist.
looks good as fuck.
It's good.
where did you find that photo?
A
just typed it
mysterious
in.
place called the internet.
We don't go there.
We don't go to the internet. It's a dark
Michael,
place.
you're there right now.
You know it's not safe. Dang, dude. I'm liking those fries. What are those? Those are like little wavy, like wedge fries looking things.
Yeah,
Not
They're
wedges,
steak fries, I
but,
think.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a wavy steak fry. Yeah, it's
Those
good.
are good.
It's good.
I love those fries.
I
Dude, let's go
honestly
to Denny's
don't
right
think
now.
they make them anymore. I could be wrong. It's been forever since I've been to Denny's, but that was like my go-to for like lunch or dinner. I didn't even care if I was like, you know what, I want to go out and eat this, and like, oh, we're going to Denny's. Fucking grilled cheese with mozzarella. Here we come.
Damn. Look at that sauce in the background.
Oh yeah. Disco and Michael. That's it, guys. We're for Halloween. We're just gonna go to Denny's.
Nice.
Okay. Glad we established this.
I'm literally just looking at pictures of mozzarella sticks now.
You lucky asshole.
That's hot. I'm not gonna lie. It's very hot.
Uh,
Damn. Fuck, when they got that little green shit splattered over it. God damn. That's when you know it's real, dude.
That
Can you
little-
tell me? Can you tell me what that green shit is, Michael?
I don't know. Mozzarella, right? That's
No.
what's gotta be.
no.
That's why they call
mozzarella
them
leaves,
sticks.
obviously,
Yeah, dude, come on.
Mozzarella grows on trees.
from
Oh
the
my
mozzarella
God.
plant.
That was hilarious.
I honestly don't know what the fuck that is, dude. What is that fucking asparagus?
No.
Oregano.
Michael, come on.
Ronald Reagan. That's what it is. What the fuck? What did you
Oregano.
say? Oh,
Oregano.
Oregon. Oh, from Oregon. Oregon leaves.
We're headed to Oregon for the boys' trip.
Mozzarella sticks in Oregon.
That reminds me. Michael,
Yes.
I ate the meatball sandwich in Vegas again.
Did you?
It was still as good as the first time I ate it.
Did you put mozzarella sticks in it?
No, but I
Oh, don't
should.
talk to me.
Excuse me?
Don't talk to me.
Okay, keyboard addict.
Hey. I'd give it up for mozzarella sticks with green shit on it any day. Looking at it right now, dude, I want this in my life.
I'm very much like the fact that this is supposed to be a conspiracy theory podcast, and we've just now spent the last couple minutes just talking.
This is
about-
why I'll never let it go. That coming up with a plan or a title is stupid, even though
it-
we have it.
Get you a man that likes
start-
mozzarella
just hit
stick
the button.
sandwiches like this guy. Man,
He's living.
Oh my
I
What
gotta
are you
take me a
doing?
sip of water, man.
his mouth is getting all moist.
You take that
Michael's
shit.
Salivating.
Like any time of the day, I'll take mozzarella sticks. Good shit, dude.
I
They're so
can't.
fucking good.
I can't say what looks more delicious: is mozzarella sticks or that picture of Cody when I scroll up.
What picture code when you scroll up?
That was for Alex.
Oh, I remember that. Little Virgil passed out on the ground there.
Just like his old man.
Surprised he didn't break his neck.
All right, what's better though, circle mozzarella sticks or square mozzarella sticks? Where they're like, it's like a
He's being-
rectangle.
He's specifically
You like rounded
referring to
edges? You like rounded?
Olive
or do you
Garden's
like,
fried cheese.
or actual mozzarella sticks.
mozzarella sticks with edges or rounded?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. You know, second.
He's getting the Olive Garden picture.
Yeah, you guys gotta compare
Oh no, then the
No,
round.
okay,
the
cheese
round one.
squares or mozzarella sticks.
because Michael likes it when they come with the white shit and the green shit on it.
Oh, the white shit, dude. Drizzle on some white shit, and then the green shit on top of it, though, because that's the real showstopper right there. I've watched a
We
couple
gotta stop
shows.
doing this because B just got to add all these pictures into the fucking video.
He most certainly is.
They're here in the chat, so they're there.
Oh my god. This is the best.
Yeah,
Got the white shit and the green shit.
And then
Oh,
it's gotta get us
man.
to an hour of nonsense, and then I'm good. I want to
they're
go to
fucking
Olive Garden.
okay, because they're fucking like little square things, and they come on that square plate too. So it's like, yeah, you're fucking
Wait.
getting me on multiple levels here.
With square?
Yeah,
And they
Food
come
is-
on a square appetizer plate.
food has components. You got the flavor component, you've got the textural component, and then you've got the visual component, and they're killing it on all three fronts.
Square plate, square food item with square topping.
I'm sorry, I've taken over this podcast.
That's
Okay,
good.
but with the marinara sauce or ranch, is it in the square plate or? Because I'm clearly saying not a square bowl.
Ooh,
You know,
True.
that might just be like the rule of sauces. It's gotta stay there. And I guess the serving plate is dependent on the restaurant because I see so many variations.
That looks like it just came out of the microwave.
What? It's just a shitty picture.
that white sauce looking sus. It
Right? Like,
looks
why is the
kinda
green
sus.
only on the one?
Yeah, look at that
Mozzarella
uneven,
stick.
just uneven proportions of green shit. And for that reason, I'm out.
And for that reason, I'm out.
For that reason, I'm not going to that Olive Garden.
Look at that. They even got messed up. They put the green shit in the red sauce. Come on.
No, it's supposed to be there.
Oh.
These were good too. I like these too.
The fuck is that? Lasagna?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a lasagna fritter.
You can fry lasagna?
Rick.
You can fry anything.
Anything?
Anything.
It's not a question of can you, it's a question of should you.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is fried cheese.
Okay, so we've made away. Aldo makes pretty sick macaroni.
That is
and
true.
cheese, macaroni and cheese.
God.
But can Aldo take that delicious mac and cheese and then take it up a notch?
Oh my
You want me
god.
to fry it in balls?
We'll just fry it on Cody's fryer.
Oh. You're so
Oh.
right.
Gotta kick it up a notch.
Yeah, Cody has been talking about like he wants to make the sandwiches again, like the chicken sandwiches.
Dude.
Those are delicious sandwiches. I know Cody's muted because he's probably busy with something, but it's like those are delicious sandwiches.
Those are fucking
Yeah, they were fucking good.
They were
I'm just-
delicious.
so fucking good.
willing to die for that food that we had that night.
I literally got a bad heartburn condition because of that.
Giving it up, baby.
No other way to go.
Like, did you do anything weird in the last couple of days? No.
Can't think of it.
I had a potluck with some friends.
Nothing comes to mind.
I had a homemade fried chicken sandwich and the most heart clogging mac and cheese known to man, and then alcohol. Other than that, it was a pretty average night.
It's average. What night was that? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
It was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I don't
Good
remember.
times.
what day
Long
it was.
time ago.
It was a
Good.
long time ago.
Good times, good times.
Boys trip.
Stream
What,
the
straight
boys
back to Cody's?
Stream the boys
Boys
trip.
trip.
Oh, fuck.
Stream to Cody's house.
Brr, 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 brr.
Fucking the boys trip blog coming.
Oh, shit.
It's got so many plans, yet the destination keeps changing. Because we're hitting them all.
Cody's house. Cody's
We're
house.
hitting all the
We could also go to
places.
Cody's house.
It makes it. We're gonna go to Cody's parents' house. Throwback.
Yeah.
There. Let's see what else we got up on our member update. I started streaming last week because
You did.
Xfinity went out for Cody and Chase.
That's true. That's true.
Yes,
The first conspiracy theory.
we were gonna hang out last week, but then we couldn't properly hang out because Cody and Chase's internet went down because they live kind of pretty close. So
That's what they want you to believe.
what
They want you to believe.
But realistically, they're just
They're
trying to
crazy.
shut us down.
these guys had planned for like over a weeks, right? To do. They want to talk about conspiracy theories. The day they're going to get together to talk about conspiracy theories, somehow the internet just dies.
They're afraid. They're afraid of exactly what has happened for this first portion of the
Dies. They
podcast.
can't do anything. They get their connection back. So it's like, oh, we can talk about it now. Yeah, every time they try to speak, their voice is taken from them.
They didn't want us to reveal this discussion about mozzarella sticks.
The green shit.
They don't.
What
don't want
is
you
the
to-
green
they don't
shit?
want
I
you to
want the
find out.
government to tell us what it is.
That's my contribution. Of
There's-
conspiracy theories. They're trying to hide the truth. They don't want you to know what the green shit is.
Oh my
They
god.
want you all to be sheeple. They want you to enjoy it, not to know what it is.
What does the green shit mean, Mason? Reznov!
Reznov! What is the green shit and why does it amplify mozzarella cheese sticks?
Green shit for you, Mason. Not for me. Reznov!
Alright.
I miss the good old days of Black Ops 1 and 2.
What do the numbers mean? It's the fucking item number on Denny's menu list.
Yeah, so this
The good-
episode... Wait,
Back
what?
when
BJ?
the good old days back when Michael downed in round one.
Oh,
Boy.
yes, Michael Downing round 1, the classic.
Those were those same days.
They were.
Same days.
Remember when Michael was fat?
It was good times.
I was gonna say, like, we can't go to Denny's, like, all of us
Why?
together.
What?
Because we're all gonna want to have the mozzarella sticks to ourselves, so we're gonna order like.
No,
Yeah.
you want the mozzarella
Yeah,
sticks to yourselves.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
totally fine sharing.
We were all perfectly fine sharing.
No,
My
I want the whole
birthday
plate.
party. My birthday party.
The wounds
My
still
birthday
cut-
party.
The wounds are still deep.
We order mozzarella sticks for everybody. There's enough for everybody to have a couple. One man decides, I'm going to eat 7 of them. Everybody else gets 1. Alex gets none. He's not even here to talk about it. He gets none because there's none left.
Yeah, I ate all of them while they were distracted because BJ kept wanting them to sing "Happy Birthday" to him.
I did
Yeah,
not want them
that
to
is
sing happy
true.
birthday to me.
Ooh,
He
I'm
wanted
so
them to
excited.
sing happy birthday.
So
He was so
technically, it was
happy.
BJ's fault for being distracted.
you were so excited for
Conspiracy
your
theory,
birthday.
I like being sung happy birthday. There you go.
Is it possible that BJ loved getting sung to on his birthday?
No.
The answer is yes.
No. Okay, I guess it's possible, but no.
Everything's possible, BJ.
I'd be like, is it possible for you to get that 4th refill?
Fuck you.
They had
The
something
spirit-
against you, you know.
Is
that.
it possible?
Here's a conspiracy theory for you. The people that come out to sing happy birthday are actually animatronics, but you're so awkward and nervous that you never actually make eye contact with them to see that they're fake.
Not real people.
I want you to really think about it. Did you get a good look at them?
Because
When they were
what
singing
real
you happy
person
birthday?
would be comfortable enough to sing you "Happy Birthday"? A complete stranger.
Even when they're not at your table, they're singing at somebody else's table. Are you looking at them or are you looking at the person cringing that they're being sung to? No.
Answer
no.
me that. Answer me that.
No one pays attention.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
all kidding aside though, can you actually remember looking at them though?
No, I don't think
No.
I ever do. I'm so like, oh fuck, dude. So anxious and nervous.
I
for
don't know
whatever
why.
reason.
It's just like in my mind, just like if I don't look at them, they won't sing me "Happy Birthday." Like even if it's not my birthday.
If I don't look at them, it's not cringe.
If somebody has worked in the like the service industry and like could share a story, like does it like hurt your soul to do it a bit? Like if we were to have made eye contact, is that like the worst possible thing that could happen in that situation?
And
'Cause, like,
also, how long have you known you were animatronic this whole time?
When did you gain sentience?
When did you learn the truth?
The truth.
The truth. All right, boys. Well, I think it's time we start getting into these conspiracy theories.
We're
Hell yeah.
neck deep into it.
Gotta go neck deep into them. If you're familiar with our podcast, you know we already gone neck deep with Harambe, so like we don't need to go back on that.
What do we do with Harambe?
Remember, everything has gone to shit since Harambe was killed. He was trying to warn us of the
Bro.
future.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Bro.
Nintendo killed Harambe, remember?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's factual, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Remember, perceptually, everything has legit gone to shit since he died.
That
I
is
haven't had
true.
mozzarella sticks. And if I think about it.
What if we
The
gave
last time I
Harambe-
had actual mozzarella stick.
Okay,
was here.
so I disappeared for a little while, and we're
Little
still
bit.
on mozzarella sticks. Jesus fucking Christ!
Dude, that's conspiracy theory. No.
Maybe Cody's just a conspiracy theory himself.
Maybe Cody's one of those fucking animatronics that sings happy birthday to you at a restaurant.
He is.
Possibly.
Oh my god, whatever.
All right. Let's get into this first conspiracy theory. Oh, wait. Let me get background. We're doing a thematic episode this time, so no news, nothing like that. We're talking about conspiracy theories. About
Just chilling.
a year ago, we did a spooky episode. Talked about spoopy experiences.
Wait,
But
have we done this for a
unfortunately,
year?
a year ago, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
shit.
Oh, happy anniversary, everyone.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
You're shitting me.
We haven't done this for a year, have we?
Yeah,
we have actually, because we did do a spoopy
my
episode.
God.
So maybe this should be season 2.
Okay.
Mozzarella sticks with green shit all around, boys.
Fucking thing.
I think this
Continue,
is
Elder,
gonna be
continue.
season 2. We're gonna have season 2 now. Anyways,
Oh,
so
shit.
we did the spoopy episode, but our king of spoopy is currently a potato, and therefore cannot speak.
Bro.
No, spoopy potato.
Hopefully someday we get that potato back to speaking form, and he can share some spoopy stories. But we're all spooped out, and you're all gonna be spooped anyways with your spoopiness and your spoopingtons.
Bro.
Spoopy. So we will talk about conspiracy theories. Now we have a list, and I don't know who put what on this list, so we'll just go. So first up, whose conspiracy is this?
I mean, you can just do yours if you're prepared.
No,
Or
I'm not.
just- you're-
So you're gonna have to do yours.
Just
Jesus Christ.
Who really put these conspiracy theories on this list?
That's a conspiracy in itself.
I mean, I guess I'm ready, but like, I kind of want to hear the first one.
Which was the first one?
Prince Charles is a vampire.
what?
Yeah.
Not Lightning McQueen.
You're supposed to put a conspiracy theory, not something that's factual. So
Yeah, this is just facts.
Well, then we can scratch that off the list then and go to the next one.
He survived the gulag.
Does that have to do with their lineage tracing back to perhaps Vlad Dracula?
Vlad the Impaler.
Yes.
Or Dracula.
elaborate. I need more
Uh,
information.
Yeah,
So
there's more
Prince-
information about the theory.
So at some point, Prince Charles promoted a television show inspired by his fascination and interest in Romania's Transylvania. And
Shit,
and so someone asked him or he revealed he has a relation to Vlad the Impaler. And I think they actually looked into his genealogy, and he actually is a relative of Vlad the Impaler.
Wow.
And then they also found out that Prince Charles owns a home and some land in Transylvania as well.
What the fuck?
God,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
so-
it. We got to do a IRL horror stream going to Transylvania.
Man, I want to do an IRL horror stream. That'd be fun.
That would
Gotta
We
be
can do
uncover the
Phasmophobia
secret.
later. How about that?
No, IRL, we're actually going to play IRL Phasmophobia.
Damn, that's crazy. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, so that means the English crown. Full of vampires. Okay, so
Where's Abraham Lincoln when you need him? Wasn't he like a vampire slayer for a movie or something?
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter or something like that.
I mean, that's
So-
what I know about Abraham Lincoln.
Thing I learned was from that book and that movie.
It's all factual.
It's all true.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do we want to go with the next one, or anyone want to pick one? You know what, Cody, pick one, and we'll see where it goes.
You know what? I'll just pick mine, which is
Bias, I see.
music artists being replaced by other people. Big famous one is Paul McCartney. It's actually quite interesting. This has been talked about for a while. Apparently, Paul McCartney died during the time where the Beatles were super popular, and he was replaced by a lookalike. And when they replaced him by that lookalike, that was around the time, I think it was like the Sgt. Pepper album, the one with like the yellow submarine, and they're wearing the very colorful clothes. And I guess that around that time, if you listen to their old albums and then you listen to that one, you'll notice that they get a bit more crazier with the sounds. And it was believed that the reason why it sounds that way is because they had to hide the fact that the new Paul, didn't sound like the old Paul. So they had to kind of, make up this weird concept album that was like all crazy with music and different styles in order to hide the fact that, hey, this dude's not the same dude. And I guess they even had some like face expert look at old photos of Paul McCartney in the beginning of the Beatles and compared him to what Paul McCartney looked like afterwards. And he says that they are two different people, that there is no way that this is the same Paul McCartney. So that in itself is kind of weird. I don't know like how true that is, obviously, because once again, it's a conspiracy theory. But what the fuck?
Right.
Is it true? Did they replace Paul? Did he die somehow and the Beatles just had to get a replacement? It's weird.
Mhm.
No one knows for sure. It's definitely not just some batshit crazy.
Yeah. So there's that, and then of course I think Avril Lavigne. I think everyone's heard of that one too, where she's been replaced. I think there was something about Beyonce being replaced too.
I mean, it could tie into like so many things. Like one, I think it would be probable is that like if a famous person just gets tired of being famous, like all the companies pretty much own their name and their image, so they just have to hire someone new and then just let them go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the real like Paul McCartney, just like he got tired of it, and so he's like, I want out, and they're like, well, we own your image and your name, so we're just gonna get this lookalike, and you're gonna have to change your name and go live somewhere where no one can see you. You know what I mean?
Uh, yeah. So
Or
I just looked it up real quick, and then yes, apparently Avril Lavigne is replaced by a lookalike named Melissa. And apparently she was having a hard time with her fame, that she started using a body double, and then at one point the real Avril Lavigne died and Melissa just took over the persona. So there's that.
or lizard people.
Or lizard people.
Or
slug
that, or
people.
lizard people, of course.
Okay,
They're slowly
lizard
taking
people
over
is
now.
so fucking old. It's about slug people, and they're real, and they've been around
Slug
since the
people.
age of the dinosaurs. Let me tell you.
Elaborate.
All right,
us
so
more.
slug people do not. These people do not have bones, so they leave no trace fossils behind. So it's my conspiracy theory that they survived the apocalypse that happened that wiped out the dinosaurs,
Oh
and
my
they have
God.
continued to live on in supremacy over all other animals. And they're among us today. Among us.
But you said they have no bones.
Oh my God.
You can't
So-
trust anyone. You
and
can't
then-
trust me.
You said they have no bones.
They have no
They won't
bones.
be able to stand there and walk around and do.
They're
They have
shapeshifters.
s-
They're slugs.
they have
They have
such
slug-like
control.
properties. Come on, man.
They have such fine control over their slug bodies.
Fucking mind shit or something, dude.
Yeah, no.
I'm telling you.
I need you to
Yeah.
actually try to refute him.
Non-believers beware.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm serious. Try.
You said they have no bones, so how are they
Yeah.
walking around among us?
They have just that fine control over their body.
No,
They don't need
that's
bones.
not how
They
it
still have
works.
fine musculature.
No, you'd still fall over.
Plug
No.
gel-like properties that allow them to shapeshift.
Come on,
Explain
Chase.
that.
They're like slimes, except real.
Explain it. How do they work scientifically?
They're slugs, and they can shapeshift.
Right. So I'm using the same argument you just used on me. So you see how you sound
I'm just saying, this could tie into the music artist being replaced. Just get a
by
slug
slug
person.
people.
Yeah, yes. They're greedy people, I'm telling you.
How are they greedy?
Because they're slugs. They're slugs.
How could they not be greedy? They're slugs.
You've got the red
what
slugs,
makes
you've
you
got
think
the
a
blue
slug is
slugs.
greedy?
Because they're formed from green slugs. Green slugs are clearly the greedy ones because they look like the color bunny.
Okay, and what if I told you the green shit in mozzarella sticks comes from green slugs?
You fucking just exposed it all. That's the secret. We solved it. That's what they don't want you to know.
It's somehow
God.
all tied together in the end.
This is why our podcast was fucking canceled the other day. This is what they were trying to
Oh,
hide.
yeah, and let that be another story real quick.
We already
We
talked
were
about
supposed to do this podcast like last week, and literally the morning of or the afternoon of, the internet went down for me and Chase. And then when we got back on, like nothing would work properly. We sounded terrible to where we had to postpone. So we thought that was quite a coincidence that happened on the
Bro,
day that we're supposed to bust out this podcast.
Slug people.
it was slug people, I'm telling you.
Slug people assassinated Gregory. That's why he wasn't in our call at the start.
I will spread the word. I will fucking
Michael, you're
grassroots effort.
you're painting a target on yourself. Can you do this?
Myself to expose the truth, to expose the slug people.
You're truly a martyr for us all.
All right, let's go to the next conspiracy theory.
All
BJ,
right.
you do it. This one's
Great.
on you.
BJ, pick one.
Okay, I get to pick the next one.
Mhm.
Okay, I pick the conspiracy that all life is a simulation.
Ooh, that one's mine too.
Ooh.
I've heard
So,
of
yeah.
this. Yes.
Life is a simulation. It's why apparently that explains why all of us experience deja vu. Because there was just a hiccup, and you're like, oh yeah, I kind of think I did relive this, didn't I? It's just a glitch. Sometimes that's also why they say that sometimes people have twins around the world. Apparently, it's just like a copy and paste type of deal. I know I've heard people say, "Oh, I found my twin across the world. We look exactly alike, same thing, everything." Where people say, "Oh yeah, well that's just the simulation. They just reuse your texture on someone else." There's that. There's also it also plays along with the Mandela effect, where you think things are one way, but turns out it really isn't. Like remember Fruit Loops? I forget which one is the real one, but like people say, oh yeah, it wasn't spelled FROOT. It was actually spelled how fruit spelled, but when you look it up, you kind of see people believe it's both ways.
Oh fuck, what is it actually spelled?
Yeah, I was actually looking that up right now. Yeah.
It is OO?
ROT, no?
Look, I thought it was regular fruit, and it was only the loops that had the actual.
Why
cereal in
would
it.
you? No, why would you think it was spelled regular?
Because I only remember 2 of the freaking circles being in it.
Wrong.
Yeah, see, and
Yeah.
once again, there you go. Like you see how you when you think about it, you're like, hey, what the fuck? Wasn't it this or was it this? Another example was Looney Tunes. How was tune spelled? Was it TOON or TUNES?
UNES.
TUNES.
Yeah, UNES. So, it's just pretty crazy.
Mm.
Okay, I can actually crack the Fruit Loops one. It was right. Yes, it was used to be spelled Fruit,
Hey, let's go.
but they had to change it because they were getting sued that it's misleading, making people think there's actually fruit in it.
Or is
In
that
which
just what
there
the
is not.
simulation wants you to believe, PJ?
It's trying to correct itself.
It's trying to
Yeah.
correct itself.
So I
Oh
mean
my
that's
god!
like
as
that's like
soon
the
as
net, and that's one thing that kind of like really kind of fights back on the whole Mandela effect shit. Because okay, that happened, whatever, it's like you proved it. Fruit Loops used to be spelled both ways. But when you ask people, there's people that will sit here and be like, yeah, it is actually spelled Fruit right now. And then they look it up and then they get confused. But there's some instances where it's just not, like it actually is what it is. A lot of people couldn't figure out what the target symbol looked like. I'm trying to think of another one.
all right, boys, patch 9.55 is coming out.
Ooh, world patch.
World patch, slug people being removed.
Finally, they were overpowered as shit.
Oh man.
We couldn't find salt in large enough quantities to take them out. They'd always regenerate.
Oh, there weren't enough McDonald's salt packets. It wasn't an that dude at the freaking Five Guys was trying to give me a defense mechanism. Pouring that
He
much salt into
can't
the fries.
blatantly tell you why he's doing
Couldn't-
it.
Nope, that's why he was
So
acting
he's
all
tr-
eccentric, man.
He's not dancing. He's trying to communicate with you.
That's why he put the salt in my fucking jacket pocket.
He purged you of the slug infection.
Literally the scene from Batman v Superman of the Flash coming through the portal. Am I too soon? What is that guy from Five Guys with just salt in his hand?
You were right about that. Fear them.
Start having the Batman's fucking his visions of the fucking like uber jacked up world.
The future.
Yeah, it was just gonna be fucking slug people. But I'm still working with the Joker somehow.
Still working with Jared Leto Joker.
Specifically Jared Leto playing Joker.
It's not Joker. I'm just working with Jared Leto in a serious acting role.
I still find it hilarious that when the pandemic started, he was out on like a trip in the fucking desert, like some meditation trip. Comes back and everything's gone to shit. He was all confused, like, what happened?
Sorry, Mr. Leto, the patch came out.
All right.
Oh,
Let's.
yeah, not a... Yeah.
What were we gonna say? Slugman?
No, I was just like, I like the life as a simulation conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
too.
it's really interesting in my opinion because that's just with it explains deja vu. It kind of that's why they say Mandela effect because like you said, patches. Oh, I remember it as this, or no, I remember it as that. Blah blah blah. This. And it's weird.
I mean, it
really
explains why we're getting another Matrix. And it explains why he doesn't look like Neo and he looks like John Wick. I mean, that's an error right there.
You're gonna go back and watch the original Matrix trilogy, and he always looked like John Wick.
He always looked like John Wick. He always had the long hair and the beard.
The long hair and the beard and everything.
Oh my god.
Talk about rewatching. I rewatched like all the X-Men movies.
Did you actually?
I
Why?
did because I have Disney Plus, so I had nothing
Why?
else better to do.
That's why.
What was your guys'
Like,
first
don't
question
get me
was why?
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do like the original X-Men movies, like the first.
Oh my god, dude! Like I
three.
watched the first
Those
one,
were
and just
better.
like it's so fucking
It
bad.
just goes to shit so fast.
The
So
first
many
one's so
convoluted
fucking
points,
bad, dude.
plot holes, everything. Oh
Ugh.
my god, and just all that, and Origins, and then
Origins isn't on there.
Oh,
Origins and First Class, they're not on Disney Plus.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
just
Those
one,
might still be locked up in TV deals
like a
because
1, 2, 3.
those movies still play fairly regularly on cable, don't they? I'd imagine.
I know First Class
FX.
does. I know First Class.
Yeah,
plays.
yeah. In effect.
I don't know about Origins.
I live for Wolverine yelling Victor.
I live for
One
Wolverine.
thing thing I liked out of that movie was the guy they actually got to play Sabretooth. I really like him. And I think he
Heck
did a
yeah.
good job.
I like you.
Thank you. I like you too.
No, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's like I like the X-Men. Like I'm hoping that we can probably get like another series out of it once Disney decides to give it a shot.
Oh, they're setting it up already.
I know they're setting it up, but I'm like, I really hope they don't fuck that one up. I really hope
Tom
they
Holland plays every character.
Okay
I'm
with
okay with
this.
We love
I'm
Tom
okay
Holland.
with
Yeah.
We love Tom Holland.
I just hope they don't fuck up Fantastic Four.
What was that?
I just hope they don't fuck up Fantastic Four because like this is the
Third time's a
third.
charm.
This is the third time. I'm just like, please don't fuck it up.
So, who was the original one with Chris Evans? Who
Yeah.
had that
Yeah.
one? Was that Fox or was that
That was Fox.
that was
Fox,
Fox?
I think,
And
yeah.
then Fox rebooted it and then totally fucking butchered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So if Fox had
With
it
a
the
younger
entire time.
cast.
Yeah, the younger cast, that was stupid. I like Michael B. Jordan. I like Miles Teller. I actually like pretty much most of the cast in there, but they
Yeah.
just did not deliver. Story was poorly written. The acting in that one was just kind of like, I don't think they had good direction. But I liked all the
Yeah.
guys. They were pretty cool.
What do you mean, Cody? There never was a second Fantastic Four.
Yeah, there was Silver Surfer.
It was always spelled Fruit Loops.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Marco's
Fantastic
pulling off the
Four.
deep end.
There's always a double O.
Was Fantastic Four spelled with A's in the title, or was it with fours? Answer me that.
Fan Force
I
6.
don't know about that. The new Fantastic Four. Who's playing who in that one? I don't understand. I don't remember.
Tom
Don't
Holland?
think we have it. Yes, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. He's playing everyone.
They haven't casted anything, right?
They haven't.
No.
Okay, but they've been talking about it, right?
Yeah, something about
But
Tom
they-
Holland.
God, I'm gonna shove Tom Holland up your ass.
I'll do it myself.
He's never gonna come on the podcast.
I tweeted at him and I got nothing, okay? He's busy with Uncharted and Spider-Man right now. He's a
Doing cool
busy man.
Spider-Man stuff.
He's a busy man, okay? Man, that looks like a child.
Man's a hero.
Anywho.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what the fuck is this time cube conspiracy theory?
Seriously, I'm very much dying to
I
actually
have
hear
just
it.
been staring at that one the whole time, thinking of like some kind of hyperbolic time chamber thing.
I'm imagining the Tesseract in all honesty.
Time cube.
Okay, so do you want to know the theories for like characters like cast?
Well, we're on the time cube now. We're on the time cube. Don't ignore the time cube. Explain the time cube.
What's the time cube?
I don't know what
What is this? Who the fuck wrote Time Cube?
I thought it was
Daniel.
Chase.
I did, but I thought it was just because it was a funny name.
And you didn't research it or anything?
You just fucking you did not just accidentally create the best conspiracy theory title here.
That's it.
From
I'm
the synopsis, I can get a very well educated electrician.
We're already off to a bad start.
He came up with the idea that like there's 4 different times at all times, like throughout the world, and so they pretty much called it Time Cube. I'm just like, no, it's a Times Square.
Times Square.
So,
Times Square.
So like it just goes deeper like towards that. Like that's pretty much what I remember. It's like since there's like 4 different times at the same time, there's like a time cube.
Can you update that to the 5th or was it 4th dimension, TJ? What do you get?
Let's see.
Time Tesseract.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
We need Carl Sagan to explain it.
Where are you, Carl Sagan?
Yeah, interesting. Like time cube apparently it's 4 days happening simultaneously but in different times. If that makes fucking sense.
It does in the mind of conspiracy
Okay.
theorists.
Time Cube was a personal webpage founded in 1997 by the self-proclaimed wisest man on Earth, Otis Eugene Ray.
already off to a bad start.
It was a self-published outlet for Ray's theory of everything, also called Time Cube, which Paul Mickley? I can't pronounce that.
Paul McCartney? Oh my god.
Oh my
Right.
god.
He is a part of this.
It claims that all modern scientists are participating in a worldwide conspiracy that teach lies.
Take me out of the cube.
Apparently it's a theory that each day actually consists of 4 days occurring simultaneously. Ray described himself as godlike being with superior intelligence who has absolute evidence and proof for his views. That's already fantastic. I like this guy already. Wow. I'm trying to like get an idea here because I'm seeing a diagram where it shows like is apparently consists of sun up, midday, sundown, midnight. They all occur simultaneously, and there's like this diagram that says lives here, Socrates lives here, Clinton lives here, Einstein lives here, and it just
Right.
basically apparently it's all happening at the same time. So technically, apparently, to this cube, these days are all happening, and it's possible that like Jesus is, just in a different day or the different universe. Or the
96
different,
hours, 4 simultaneously 24-hour days within a single rotation of Earth.
yeah,
It's also
apparently.
equated to a higher order of life time cube.
The multiverse, the multi-time cube of madness.
Oh my god.
If time cube isn't explained in Doctor Strange, in the next Doctor Strange movie, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh my god. It's very
Well, that was the time cube.
yeah, it's very I'm trying to like understand it. But when you have it like literally start off by a guy who said that he's godlike and superior knowledge to all, I already have so many fucking doubts about what happens next.
Sounding
So,
kind of culty.
thank you. Very culty.
You know what's not sounding kind of culty and totally true? Slug people.
Oh my god. Different theory. For the love
And
of
there's
God,
different
someone
colors
get
of
different
them. There's the
theory.
green ones, there's the red ones, there's the blue ones. You got the brown ones. You got all kinds of slug people. I'm telling you.
I think I hate you.
They have different powers.
I think I hate you.
Somebody pick a new theory.
Oh my god.
Oh, Liam Neeson as the voice of the Galactus.
Grant.
There's where? Okay.
Okay.
You pick a theory.
I'm not gonna cut that out.
Don't.
It's random. I'm gonna like max
so
Chase's
whoever-
volume with that
Yeah,
yellow.
whoever put it on there, Finland doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, there. That's what I
That's
picked.
a good one.
I picked that one.
All right, go for it. Finland doesn't exist. Please explain what this is.
Chase, I know you put that one. I know you put that one.
You're talking shit to me when I'm trying to
I'm
find
not
the cast for
talking shit.
Fantastic Four. You're like, oh, okay,
We're,
no, talk
we're
about your
over
theory.
that. We're done with that.
That was like 2 theories ago. All right. So we said Finland doesn't exist is the next one we're going with?
Yeah.
All right, Chase, explain.
So at first it was just like some person on Reddit talking about like their experience. So it was on Ask Reddit. It's like, what did your parents show you to do that you assumed was completely normal, only to later discover that it was not normal, like at all? And this random user just replied, like, my parents never believed in Finland. I grew up to never believe in Finland until I researched it further. Like, it's a pretty heated topic in my family to this day. And he just left it like that. And then like other redditors took interest in it because it just sounded so outlandish and funny, and they actually found out like some like points in history that like coincide that like Finland is technically part of Eastern Sweden, so it's actually Sweden, but then like there's a company, Finland's main company, like the biggest company that pretty much like works out of Finland is Nokia, which is a Japanese owned company. So like, okay, so Finland's owned by Japan and Sweden, and then for a couple of reasons, I think like Russia owns a lot of land in Finland as well.
Oh my god.
And so they're saying that like so Finland is just a fake state or country for the Japanese to go fishing in the Baltic Sea by Russia's permission. So Finland is just like a go between, like it's not a real country. It's just a plot of land that they share.
Jesus Christ.
Like the
Yeah,
Buffalo
so,
Wild Wings of the world. Just go and meet there. Meet up with the boys.
Sweden isn't real.
what'd you say?
Sweden isn't real. It's
How
just a
come?
cover up to sell you Swedish fish, which are a byproduct of slug people reproduction.
Ew.
What the
You
fuck,
wanna
dude?
you wanna explain?
Go further.
Need
into
I
detail?
explain more?
Need I explain more?
Yeah. Very
Yes,
much so.
please.
It's not real. It's just a place used to associate with the candy, the hit candy, Swedish fish, which is actually a byproduct of slug people reproduction.
Yeah, you already said that. Like, elaborate more on that.
That's the elaboration.
Oh.
If I
So
explain any more,
they
they
only
might-
reproduce in Sweden?
It's not real. It's just a name.
Yeah, but I mean that's where the Swedish fish come from.
How do
Right?
we know where they come from?
Well, it's in the name. Are you okay? Did you hit your head like at some
Sweden
point
isn't real.
today?
Eh,
If I say any more, they might shut me down.
they might crash the simulation.
They
Right.
might crash a simulation that they own.
Oh, Michael, who?
Crypto.
No.
It's all crypto.
It's all crypto.
He started cryptocurrency called Swedish fish.
You're gonna see a slug crypto come out, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh," but we'll know. The people who listen today will know.
What would be the currency, Michael?
Hmm.
Slime coin? Slug coin?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Don't want to be too obvious.
Green shit.
Green shit.
Green shit.
We just start a new crypto. Just call it green shit.
I'm just
gonna
investing
invest-
in
I'm gonna-
green shit.
That's the green shit.
Hey, you gonna fucking buy the individual fucking green shit off mozzarella sticks?
Right.
Cody, pick a theory.
Oh God! All right, Charles Manson.
Okay,
CIA.
Charles Manson. I got you. Say less. All right, we all know who's our homeboy Charlie is. Charlie Manson himself, Charles Manson.
Yeah, he
Helter
wears,
Skelter.
He wears a yellow shirt with a black stripe, and he can never kick a football. Poor kid.
Yeah, that guy. He fell on his head one too many times. Anyways, we all know Charles Manson and how he led to the death of, I forget that Hollywood couple. What was her name? Like Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate, that's right.
Sure.
He didn't kill them, but he had people kill for him. And it's interesting because if anyone's ever heard of Project MK Ultra, which was a super secretive government mind control program where they just give people a fuck ton of LSD and try to tell them to do shit and see if they would obey. So basically, the theory of Charles Manson having a CIA connection is basically the fact that there's a bunch of things that pointed. There's a book. It's called Chaos Charles Manson, The CIA and the Secret History of the 60s. It's by Tom O'Neill. And he was a reporter that spent 2 decades trying to talk about the Manson case. But then he kept digging deeper and he found contradictions in the lead prosecutor's statements and stuff and weird connections. So there was a guy that was Manson's parole officer, but this guy was also a CIA agent or a former agent of some sort for the government besides being a parole officer. And they were saying that perhaps Manson perfected the method of MK Ultra, used it on his followers, and used that, and his followers are very loyal to him. So he used MK Ultra to control these people and get them to commit their crimes, commit even murder. And pretty much the CIA let it happen just so they can see how MK Ultra would work in the wild. Out there rather than just tests in secret labs and stuff. Yeah, so pretty much there's that connection. the fact that Manson was always on parole but never got busted, despite he'd always get caught doing random crimes, which anyone on parole would definitely get arrested. But he was always on parole, never would be arrested, and then all this happened, and then finally they took him in because he perfected MK Ultra for the CIA.
Weird.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about that.
There's a lot.
Only time I ever heard of that thing was what's his name from fucking ESPN Jalen Rose, is that what his name is?
Yeah.
Just because it was like one scene from him in the finals where he didn't blink for like 30 minutes straight while someone like was like working on something on his back, so they were like it was
Here's
fucking
your
thinking like
theory.
yeah, getting fucking reprogrammed.
There's your submission, Jalen Rose. It's a real fun.
Or a slug person.
Or
Could
slug
be a
person.
slug person or a slug robot.
Slug robot person?
So you're saying there's slug robots?
There's
Because
all kinds
robots
of
have
things.
bones. Like you could say that. There you
Boneless.
go.
Boneless chicken wings.
Yep, so that's Charles Manson's CIA. There's a lot of sketchy stuff.
All right,
The
let's get on
CIA.
what's this one? You got
What
a
one?
nephew got a conspiracy? That sounds like a
Oh,
little bit from the shout out from the crowd, maybe.
yeah, so basically one of my nephews, Chris. One day we were all hanging out and he was drinking a bit. He wasn't drunk, but he was drinking. And so he
Great
decided
story.
he decided to let out some of his theories, some of his own conspiracy theories, which kind of follow main conspiracy theories. But what made it funny was he had two like separate elaborations on it. So he was going around and he was like, "Oh, all the rappers and celebrities are part of the Illuminati, and that like definitely Beyonce's in it." And then he was saying in her Super Bowl performance when she's moving her head, it looks like the face of a demon almost, even though it's probably just camera blur or whatever. Pretty much how all the celebrities are in there. They sold their souls to the devil so that way they can gain fame and power, which is like what has been heard a lot of times. But I asked my nephew to clarify something. I asked him, "What about Drake?" He looks me in the eyes and he just says, "Aldo, Drake's not in the Illuminati." And I'm like, "He's not?" He's like, "No, Drake's too nice. He's Canadian. He's not in the Illuminati."
Bro, we all know this. This is a known fact about Canadians.
I'm like, he's the richest like music artist on the face of the planet, and he's not in the Illuminati. He's like, "Nope, it's too nice. He can't be in it.
Oh
Just
my
not
god.
possible.
It's not possible. It just can't happen."
That's hilarious. Actually, I like that. I like
Yeah, and then his second elaboration, because I was going to a music festival in Vegas, and there's a rapper named Young Thug, so I just jokingly asked like, "Oh, what about Young Thug?" He looks me dead in the eyes like, "Young Thug's just fucking gay, Aldo," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm glad we got to this."
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, "So he can't be gay and in the Illuminati?" He's like, "No, he can't." He's like, "He's just gay." He's like, "He's not in the Illuminati." I'm like, "All right, good
As
to
if
know."
this should be obvious to you already.
Yeah, this is like silly me not for knowing this. I should have known.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then he was going into depth on aliens and extraterrestrial, pretty much just everything that you would generally like relate with like alien conspiracy theories, the pyramids, like all this stuff. But I just wanted to point out that specific Illuminati one because you just had to add 2 points of clarification to it. That Drake's not in the Illuminati because he's Canadian, and Young Thug is gay, and so he's not in there.
You believe Drake's real?
Is Drake real?
Wow.
Whoa.
Gotta
Yeah,
party
so
with your nephew, dude.
No, he's not real. He's Canadian.
whoa. You just blew my
Mind
mind.
blown.
Well, he's right.
Mind blown.
Yeah, so that was my nephew's conspiracy theory, just that Illuminati stuff. All right. We got two left on the list, and then after the list we can add any other conspiracy theory we want. So are we gonna go with the Nazis or are we gonna go with my students' dumb theories?
Do the Nazis. We'll save your
Yeah.
damn
Well,
theories.
let's end with your student theories.
All right. So let's just mark this so I don't. Okay. Basically, we all have heard of Operation Paperclip, which was a operation to get a bunch of German scientists from Nazi Germany post World War to the United States to help with NASA and our space program get someone on the moon.
You know
Because
what
they-
upsets me about Operation Paperclip? The only thing that came out of it was that little paperclip that pops up in the corner of your screen, asking if you need help. That was them, right?
no,
Good.
that's wrong. Wrong. Operation
It's
Paperclip.
Clippy and Nazi.
Nazi.
Used to
Yeah.
stare at me in my freaking
Okay,
soul
I
on the
will.
old Max.
I will not
It's
interrupt
Clippy
your
Dr.
thing.
Zola.
Oh my god, dude. Yes.
Is it possible that Clippy is the reincarnated spirit of Heinrich Himmler?
So you have figured it out, Fraulein.
Oh
Listen, Clippy, I'm just trying to play this game on this old ass iMac.
Oh my god. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So pretty much, we got a bunch of scientists, former Nazis. The common like lingo used is we got the good ones, but really no, they were still Nazis. Some did perform gruesome experiments on people as well as rockets. So, but like they just wanted to gloss it over. We were moving on to fighting communism. Nazis weren't a problem no more. So pretty much, Operation Paperclip brought a bunch of Nazis to the United States to work on our space program. A lot of Nazi scientists agreed to come with the U.S. because they would get the charges against them would be dropped, and they knew if they worked in the Soviet Union, it would be like worked and then you're killed. That's it. There's no life for you doing that. Well, some scientists were kidnapped and taken. A lot just rather went with Operation Paperclip, so that way they can like live a good life in the U.S., not have to worry about it. So I correlate Nazis everywhere because it wasn't just the US and the Soviet Union. South America became a Nazi haven due to connections in the Vatican that they were called rat lines. They were like different passageways to escape without being detected, like as Nazi war criminals. So, with the help of some corrupt clergy of the Vatican, they were able to sneak out of Germany, and a lot of them settled down in Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, just different South American countries. But the two popular were Argentina and Brazil. And there's cities in Argentina and Brazil and other places where I think Chile, yeah, that you go and it's like everyone's white and speaking German, and pretty much it's just remnants of uh escaped Nazi war criminals. Um, and then there was like stories like in one of these little villages that even though the Nazis were in hiding, some of the scientists would kidnap like local children, take them in, continuing Nazi experimentation on them, but just in like South America. So all the experiments they would do in the concentration camps, they continued in South America. And one high-ranking officer, Joseph Mengele, also known as the Angel of Death, who he performed a lot of experiments in Auschwitz, and such as like I think he was the one who did a lot of experiments on twins, but pretty much he continued this because he escaped and went to Brazil. And we all like to think after the war the bad Nazis were killed, but he lived a full life until 1985, where he died of a stroke while swimming in Brazil. And yeah, so a bunch of Nazis, and then one more out there one that I've heard about is that Hitler himself escaped to Brazil, and a lot of people there claim that they've seen him, and that the story goes that a German U-boat pulls up on the coast of Brazil, and out comes Hitler and his girlfriend, well, I guess wife, because they did get married before they offed themselves. Supposedly, but according to this theory, they didn't do that. They got in a German U-boat, crossed over, landed in Brazil, where Hitler lived out the rest of his life as a different man. He also shaved the mustache, allegedly. And he just lived in hiding until he died of an old age. Then he did not die in a bunker in Berlin. So yeah, that's one. Oh, and then there's an out there one that the Nazis have a secret base in like Antarctica under the ice or on the moon. But yeah, that's one of the bigger Nazi conspiracy theories. Some are more closer to truth than others. Operation Paperclip did happen. I don't know. There are German colonies in different parts of South America, which some of them existed before the Nazis. To be fair, they were refugees, but Some of them are straight up like, I think I read an article where they collected over $1,000 worth of Nazi memorabilia from a house in Brazil, like art, gold, crosses, all these things.
Oh wow.
Like they find them, and then like there's a village where like hell, they're like great grandkids of Nazis, and they have all the grandpa's like or great grandpa's like war memorabilia, and it's like the crosses, the swastika, like all of these things. But yeah, so Nazis everywhere. Could be on the moon. Could be slug people. Who knows?
Would be in the video games.
Oh, Wolfenstein.
Ah, classic Wolfenstein.
But yep. So that's all I got for Nazis everywhere.
All right, all right.
All right, we shall move on to the last listed conspiracy theory. And it's about a particular student that I have. I will not name names.
Gregory.
No, Gregory. No, so this student always asks me like the weirdest questions. It can range from like conspiracies to like just like, can I punch someone in the face and will I get in trouble? I'm like, well, yes. And they're like, why? I'm like, because you just punched someone in the face. What do you mean, why? This student asked me, do you think if I like keyed someone's car, but it was like revenge, I'd get in trouble? It's like, do you think they'd catch me? And I'm like, well, let's look at it like this. The kid that you just told me that you want to key his car, the only problem he's having with anyone in the school is you. It's like, and then you also just told me that. So if his car just mysteriously ends up keyed, I more or less know who did it. And they're like, but you won't snitch on me, right? I'm like, yes, I will. You just like damage public property.
Oh my god.
They also asked if they could shank a student with a pencil, since technically it wasn't a knife. So if it's a pencil, then it's not that bad. I'm like, no
See,
stabbing.
the object wasn't the problem of the act. It was
more
the shanking.
yes.
The shanking is what might get you in trouble.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say, the student asked me questions a lot. So the other day, they were doing a group, science group, and they were talking about the dinosaurs, and they were talking about aquatic reptiles that lived during the time of the dinosaurs. And so this student comes over, and then they're like, Mr. C, because that's what they call me. I have a question. I was like, it's not a dumb question. So that's how I knew it was going to be a dumb question. And they're like, you know how the ocean isn't like super explored? Like we know more about the moon than the ocean. And I'm like, I'm gonna stop you right here. I already know where this is going. You're gonna ask me, are there dinosaurs still alive in the ocean? My answer to you is no. And then they're like, well, why not? What if there's a dinosaur like way, way down in the like deep of the ocean in the dark where it's super cold? I'm like, well, that's the thing. They're reptiles. They don't live in the super cold. It's like that's why they all died out. It's like because when the asteroid hit, the sky was pretty much permanently like the sunlight was blocked out. It's like it got cold. They died. It's like what didn't die was like other smaller mammals which were able to thrive because they didn't have to compete with the dinosaurs. And they're all like, well, you know, the asteroid killed the dinosaurs like right away though. And I'm like, no. It killed dinosaurs right away, but in the area, but over time they all died out because of lack of food, lack of resources, like just because it's like a nuclear winter almost, like there's nothing there. And so I'm like, no, I don't think there's dinosaurs. Like this is like the same people who claim that there's megalodons still in the ocean and they're somewhere down there. And she's like, yeah, but like think about it, like we don't know what's down there. I'm like, you're right. Technically we don't know. There could be species we don't know down there. It's like the giant squid was technically like only in name only until it was like discovered. I'm like, yes. It's like, but here's the thing with megalodons, dinosaurs, like big creatures need to eat a lot of food. It's like in sea life in the ocean got smaller since those times. It's like a megalodon would need to eat a bunch of whales. Like, don't you think we would find whale carcasses like with traces of a megalodon attack or traces of a dinosaur attack? And right
they
away,
didn't have bones like slug people.
Or there, that makes sense. See, I go with that, but not the dinosaurs. That's
They
too
don't need
ridiculous.
to eat large animals. They're able to eat large amounts of substance without needing to eat the big things.
Okay.
It's just physics.
Oh, okay, I got you.
No, that's not.
And then the student is like, "Oh, what about the weird random stuff that like washes up on sea?" I'm like, "Yeah, that happens a lot. It's like just masses. We find out later it's whale vomit usually." And she's like, no, it can't be whale vomit. Not all of it. I'm like, well, a lot of it. It's like, or it's just like chunks of dead whales. Like, it's like, and I'm like, yeah, and big things float. It's like, chances are we would end up seeing something. Like, yeah, like, okay, see, perfect. And yeah, so I'm just like telling her, and then she's saying how the nukes get dropped in the ocean, and she's like, there's something down there that they're trying to nuke. And I'm like, you realize testing nukes has been going on since the 50s, right? Or it's like even before with the first atomic bomb. I'm like, but it's like if you nuke somewhere in the desert, radiation's going to get carried off to a nearby town. People are going to be dying of cancer, radiation poisoning. Kids are going to be born with defects. People are going to complain to the government. I'm like, so it's a lot safer to detonate it in the ocean. Why? Because the radiation does not go into the atmosphere. Yes, it will kill a lot of fish, but it's better to kill a lot of fish than a lot of people. I'm like, so yes, if they do test nukes, they would rather test it in the ocean. And she's like, no, there's something down that they're trying to kill. And I'm like, there's no,
Yes,
there
there
Stop
is.
isn't.
watching
It's called
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Exactly.
Yeah, stop
Yes.
watching
In
Godzilla.
1954,
Yeah.
we awakened something.
And I'm
They were
like,
trying to kill it.
and what I hated was that she's like, I just want you to tell me, is it possible? And I'm like, anything is possible by that definition. It's like, but if we're being realistic, no. And she's like, but is it possible? I'm like, sure. And then she got mad. She's like, when you say sure, you make me feel dumb. I'm like, oh, okay. Sure. Sure, there's dinosaurs down there. Whatever you want to believe.
That's my intention.
That was the intention of this. But yeah, so
They're secretly fighting a war down there against the slug people.
They
It's
don't
The
like
basically
slugs have
the-
no bones; they can dwell down
It's
there
basically
underneath
the
the pressure.
It's the fight scene from fucking
Aquaman.
the Aquaman, yeah, but it's with slug people.
Instead of the
Deep sea-
crab people, it's like
Deep sea slug people.
Soon they will
Yeah.
rise.
They will rise.
Yeah, so pretty much that was just my student's weird theories. Also, she's the type that if she looks something up, she reads the headline of an article, but she doesn't read anything more.
the average internet user.
Yeah, she
Wait,
Googled
there's more?
what?
There's more than headlines?
Yes, there's more. There's more to the headline, Michael. Yes.
Too long, game read.
Too long.
She Googled, is there microchips in the vaccine for COVID? And literally the name of the article is that. Is there microchips in the vaccines for COVID?
Right.
Literally, if she went one more line down, it literally in one word, no. There are no microchips in the... And she's like, look, Mr. C, I Googled it. There's microchips in the vaccine. I'm like, have you tried reading the next line? And I'm like, well, what does it say? It's like, no, look, it says, is there micro... I'm like, exactly. Is there? It's a question. Look at the answer below
The
it.
fact that I typed my question and it appeared on the screen
Mhm.
confirms it.
Yes, that is her mindset. If it shows up, then that means yes, it's true. So those are two that I can think of distinctly, but the student always asks me the randomest questions. I never know what I'm going to get.
This student should not be near the internet at all.
I know, right?
Like at all.
One time I had a student that thought Grey's Anatomy was real, and she was convinced she could do heart surgery because she watched the show so religiously.
Oh, sweet
Oh, God.
Jesus.
And legit, because she was at my desk asking for help. And I forgot what I was talking about. And she's like, I can do heart surgery. And I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, how can you do heart surgery? I learned from Grey's Anatomy. I'm like, yes, because I would trust you to do heart surgery watching a fake like doctor show. And then she looks me in the eyes and she's like, what do you mean fake? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
no.
I'm scared of future generations.
I'm scared
Yes.
of humanity.
And I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ, dude.
I welcome the slug people, please.
Cody, it's like that TikTok you sent me the other day.
Which one?
But the guy that is convinced that all the porn he watches is real scenarios that one day happened to him.
oh, that's exactly it.
I
That
thought
is
it was a
exactly
joke,
it.
but it's not a fucking joke. These people exist and they're reproducing.
Well, fun
Oh,
fact
no.
about doctor shows. Apparently, when comparing a lot of doctor shows, Scrubs was number one on being
Yeah.
the most
Accuracy, right?
realistic. Well, the most
Scrubs
accurate.
had the best accuracy.
Obviously, Scrubs doesn't show like a lot of surgeries, but the dynamics and how testing and all that works, Scrubs ranked top. I think Grey's Anatomy was towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy
And
was more drama than
Yeah.
it's
factual.
more drama, relationship bullshit. So she looks me in the eyes and she's like, "What do you mean fake?" And I'm like, "It's not real." I'm like, "No, it's not real." I was like, "Yes, it is. Look, they show you the hospital they work at. Like, it's always there, and then you can see." I'm like, "It's called a set." It's like they're actors, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Just Google it.
Oh,
Just Google it." And she Googles it, and she's like, "Look, see, that's the hospital." I'm like, "That's not the real hospital. It's a set." And I'm like, "Google, like, look at that doctor that from the show." I'm like, "Click on it." She clicked on it, and their IMBD shows up, and she sees that they're an actor, and then she's like, "Wait a minute, so and so didn't die? This character didn't die? They're alive?" And this and that,
No
like,
way.
it all hit her in a wave, and I'm like, yeah, they're actors. They went to go do other things, so they had to die on their old show. And I'm like, you know how
I think you
I,
broke it.
I know, and I was like, do you know how unethical it would be if like we filmed like doctors in all these different I'm like, no,
Just dying.
just dying, and like I'm like, are you crazy? It's like that is so wrong. Like, there's no way they could do that. And she looks at me and she starts crying,
Oh my god.
Oh my.
and she's like,
Now
you
you're the
ruined.
asshole.
I don't give a fuck. Reality is going to be a lot crueler than I am. I handled it
The
pretty
equivalent
well.
of telling a child that Santa isn't real.
It
That's
was
pretty
like
much what you did.
and this girl was like 18 at the time,
You just
And-
created the next supervillain.
and she's like, and I'm like, you can keep watching this. She's like, I can never watch the show again. I'm like, you can. It's still a show. She's like, no, I thought I was like seeing real life situations and learning this and that. I'm like, well, even if you did watch heart surgery on YouTube, doesn't mean you can do it. I'm like, and so I was just like, she really believed that. She
No,
really
and-
thought Grey's Anatomy was real.
You should have asked her. I'm like, at any point at the beginning of an episode, does it say based on a true story?
I know, right? I was like, why do you think it says the actors' names in the credits? Like, come on.
Right.
God, that's fucking.
No, did they not Did they not watch the opening credits or the credits at the end of the episode?
That's
Yeah.
fucking bonkers, dude. That's just bonkers.
It was crazy. It was like, yeah. And then one time I had a girl who didn't know what a calculator was.
As in, like,
Like a calculator. She knew what a calculator was on a phone. Physically, if you showed her a calculator, she had no idea what it was.
okay. I thought you meant, yeah.
Yeah, so that was.
And remind us what you do as their teacher.
I'm a tutor, so I
Okay, you're a
usually help
tutor.
them with like exams and quizzes. So like, what's it called? Like the girl that I crushed Grey's Anatomy for, she came up to ask for help on a quiz, and at that time before COVID, because I had more room, I would help 2 kids at a time. So it was me, this other kid that I get along really well with, and her. And like when he heard that, he's like, "Are you stupid?"
Oh my god.
He looks at her, is like, "Are you like dumb? Like what is wrong with you?" And then like after that, like he got up and just told everyone that, and everyone made fun of her.
Life.
Yep. The girl that didn't know
Had
how
her
to use
reality shattered in front of her, and she's mocked for it.
Yep. And the other girl who didn't know what a calculator was is because she was asking for my help on a math class, and it's like basic math. It's like 1 times 5, shit like that. And the same kid, that kid was there for everything stupid that happened, except for the new student because he graduated. But he's walking by and he looks at her. He's like, "Why don't you use a calculator?" And she's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "A calculator?" And he went to go get one and show her, like, this that you do math on. And she's like, she's like, "I've never seen one of those before." It's like, "Oh, is that like the adder in my phone or something like that?"
The adder.
Yeah.
The adder.
And he looks at me and I give him this look and I'm like, this girl's dumb. It's like, oh my god. Because I thought for the longest time she was taking advantage of my help, and like because I'm like, who in the fuck needs like help adding like basic numbers, multiplying basic numbers? And I guess she could tell I was like low key kind of annoyed because she's like, I got this exam all by myself. Just watch. She got like a 5%. And I saw that. I'm like, oh, you poor child. You really need help. I said that out loud. I just looked at it. I'm like, oh, you poor child. You really do need help.
Oh
And
my
then she's like,
god.
can I get help on the exam? And I'm like, yes, you can get help on the exam.
All the help you need.
Mhm.
I no longer feel dumb for referring to Frosted Flakes as Tiger Flakes.
Oh my god.
We can
That's
still
pretty-
talk about that for now. Make fun of you for it.
Yeah.
We'll save it for another day.
Tiger flakes?
No context. Just leave that.
Just
Leave it
Tiger
under that.
Flakes just disappears. Like, oh my god.
Right? You just admitted to it, so it's either that or it's sounding like Fergie.
That I'm proud of.
Honestly, you fucking should be proud of that.
But I rocked that shit, dude.
Yeah, so.
Because I was gonna say like I did that senior year for like an underclassman, like a junior.
Mhm.
I was in track, and so like at an away meet, this girl was talking about like because like she was applying to colleges, like she was asking for help, like or something with someone else, and she goes like, yeah, I'm hoping to go here, like because like I want to become like a forensic something like the pretty much what Bones is, if you know what Bones.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's like fiction, right? We're like, well, yeah, I know it's fiction, but like I can definitely do the job. I'm just like, can you? Because you're at a track meet in and you're a B average student. I'm like, well, I can use just like I can get my act together. I'm like, no, like I just said like, no, you can't do it.
Damn,
I'm just
dude.
like
Kick her
you.
down.
I'm just like you need to be like straight A or have like some kind of scholarship. Like you better start applying to scholarships like now. Try to get some grants or something.
Be like,
And she was
really?
like,
You can work in
and
forensics?
she's like, no, I'm like, I'll be fine. Like I don't need to apply to scholarships or anything. Like, I think you do. Uh, and then like I later could find out like this girl ended up going to a community college and like majoring in business, I think, or something like that. But like she's like the look in her eye is just like of someone telling her just like you are nowhere near the level of that fictitious character Dr. Brennan from Bones. And she's like, I identify with her. I'm like, okay, you can, but it doesn't mean you're as smart as her fictitiously.
You want to be in forensics? Pulls out gun, shoots someone. Figure out what happened here.
What bullet did I use?
Figure it out. You said you could do it.
And what did he have for lunch? I feel bad for the younger generations because they're just God.
Not just the
Yeah.
younger generation thing. There's just a lot of stupid people.
Word.
No, like there's a lot of stupid people out there, and and they can't help it. They're born stupid. But this podcast got sad.
It did get sad. I didn't know it's sad. No. Anyone have a crazy theory they want to throw in last minute?
I've given probably the biggest one out there. So,
The Tiger Flakes.
oh god, no. The slug people, damn it.
It was never Frosted Flakes. It was always Tiger Flakes.
True.
Whoa.
That's Michael's Mandela effect just for him.
Right. Truthfully, I really didn't pay attention until like I got called out on it, and then I was like, "Fuck, yeah, it is."
You were raised that way.
Oh god. Well, honestly, I got nothing.
I thought we got a lot.
We got a good amount.
What about future episode ideas? What more themes can we do?
You know what I'd like to try one of these days? I
Hit
think,
me.
like where we kind of like maybe like a day we like group watch a movie, and then like later on we do a podcast. We just talk about the movie or something.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I can stream movies in a Discord.
Yeah,
I
like
say
a-
I do have one idea. I don't know if anyone's down for it. Obviously, Aldo, you probably wouldn't be down. Chase, maybe not. BJ, Michael, I'm counting on you. Say we do a Saint Patrick's Day podcast, and we progressively drink during the podcast and before the podcast, and we could just kind of see where we go from there.
You know what? That would be kind of fucking cool.
Thank you. I
That would
think that
actually
would
be
be the shit.
We don't have to do it at St. Patrick. We could do it anytime.
I know, but like that would be. The
I need a theme so I
Need a
don't feel like a
theme.
piece of shit about
Thank
getting
you. Thank you.
get space.
Thank you.
Nice.
We'll
It's
do
like-
it
like
on
it
my
has to be St.
birthday,
Patrick's
then
Day.
we'll do it on Christmas, then we'll do it on New Year's.
New Year's. And then President's Day, and then just Tuesday,
And we
maybe even
progressively
every
increase
day.
the amount of alcohol consumed.
And then one day the podcast will just end.
Like hell, all you would start drinking like when we're not doing a podcast.
I think honestly, yeah, I think that would be an interesting. I would just say Saint Patrick's Day just because it's obviously a drinking holiday. But yeah, you're totally right. We could do it whenever, but it just has to be a time where we all can sit down and agree to do it. And personally, I think it would. Honestly, I think it would be really cool if like to like if sit down and just do it like through a microphone, like we're all in the same room just doing the podcast instead of being separate.
Recorded live. You want to do it live?
Man, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it. Do it live. Any last word, gentlemen?
Kitty sprinkle.
Titty sprinkle.
Yes.
Got it.
In conclusion,
Blood people.
Slug people.
Slug people. All right then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, world.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hasta luego. Gregory cut us off.